This is the Make Sierra Leone Famous podcast. If you're looking to explore Sierra Leone and understand its culture and its people, you've come to the right place. On every show, you'll meet Sierra Leonean creatives and entrepreneurs overcoming challenges and beating the odds. They are artists, filmmakers, musicians, chefs, writers, storytellers, and designers leading Sierra Leone's orange economy, both at home and from the diaspora. I'm your host, Vickie Remoe, journalist, entrepreneur, and community builder on a mission to expand Sierra Leone's presence on the web. Hashtag Make Sierra Leone Famous. The other voice you'll hear on Make Sierra Leone Famous is sound engineer and producer Frank Bob McEwen at VRNC Marketing Company in Freetown, where this show is mixed and mastered. Now, make the show begin.
This is for startups, for young people. There's this thing, I remember someone, like some time ago, someone was like, yeah, people don't just want to sell, people don't just want to do business. You get to 100,000, like, go do something, just go sell. But to be honest, find something else to do. For me, like, that is my own experience, and maybe it might be an experience for maybe another person. Like, find something to do, because I understand we all have the drive, we want to be entrepreneurs, you want to sell, you want to own your own business, but be realistic. I mean, if you don't have enough income, you don't have enough money coming in, make sure say you do something, get more money, then we go invest in your business. But don't do that thing where just they say, yeah, they sell this, all man they see they sell, but to be honest, you're not making enough money, like you're struggling, but you just want to do, you just want to do this whole thing, you say, me, I see you, I get this, my business. Like, don't do that.
Today on the Make Sierra Leone Famous podcast, I'm talking to 28-year-old beauty and wellness entrepreneur and founder of the hair care brand, The Main Chronicles. Founded in 2018, The Main Chronicles sources natural and organic products to make a variety of butters, soufflés, and creams. This year, she'll expand her line of homemade, handmade products to include beard balms and oils for men. My guest on the show today is Tarah Majeek. Woohoo! I know. I do the best introduction. I feel like I should have a job. You know, like those people on hip hop concerts, like the guys in the background that are like the hype men. I could be like a good hype man. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
At what point in your life did you get that, I guess, did a light bulb go on? And what caused the light bulb to go on that made you think that, okay, a wellness brand, butters and creams and hair, that's the thing for me?
Okay, first of all, apart from choosing a wellness brand, so I've always been this person like selling things, because my mom used to have a shop when I was young. Okay. So I was the shop girl. So I've been always selling. I remember sometime in college, I even started cooking and selling food to some of my friends. So because my mom, she didn't go to college, so she has been doing business. Okay. So yeah, she's been selling. So I've always been in the shop selling. So I like to sell things. And then when I was in college, I think I discovered the natural hair movement when I was in college. So I was following a lot of like this Instagram bloggers and these influencers that had natural hair. And I loved the versatility of their hair. I love the fact that their hair could be straight, and because that was it. I know some people, when they talk about the whole natural hair, they'll be like, oh, well, it's because of palms. Palming cream, it's not nice. That was not it for me. I remember my relaxed hair was actually I liked it. It was long, it was full, it was healthy. But seeing the versatility and what people did with their hair in its natural state, I loved it, and I wanted that for myself. I decided to stop using relaxers and started transitioning.
Okay. So, what year was this?
I was in college. I think 20 17 or maybe early 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in college with my friends. So all the people were following. Then I started seeing the whole DIYs. Okay. Like making your own product. Mm-hmm. So my friend and I, we started following some of these DIYs, like reading, watching YouTube videos, mm-hmm. Reading how you can make this product, the benefits of this product, what you can use. And we started like mixing this product for ourselves because mm-hmm. it was kind of expensive buying all the time because I was new to it. So when I go to the store, I'll start buying every new product I see that they advertise that it's for natural hair, I want to buy it. Mm-hmm. So we started mixing this product and they were actually good and they were working. And I found myself, I was watching a lot of videos. Mm-hmm. Like I was so interested in the whole mixing, like mm-hmm. mixing stuff. So I watched a lot of videos. And then I think I realized I also I like the whole blogging thing. I know I'm not doing it the way I want to do it now, but I realized I liked it. Like seeing these women talk about their hair, talk about the mixing the product, all the things they did. So I was thinking, maybe I should start this with Facebook. So I opened a Facebook account, mm-hmm. and then I started. And when I opened the Facebook account, I remember I made it very clear that this account is not for selling products. Mm-hmm. Like I just want to talk about my hair, mm-hmm. give you guys tips, like just share part of me, like talk about being comfortable with your hair, being confident, like you can do a lot of style with it. So I started doing that, and then I started mixing some of this product that I've been using, and also my friend has also been using the product. Mm-hmm. So we started mixing this product, and I started selling them. Mm-hmm. So it was not even branded. I used to sell them on like normal cups and all that. So I started selling the product, and then later I decided, okay, I am branding the product, getting the containers, doing my labels. So yeah. That's when, and then like I got into it. So because I was doing that, it's made me, I was always like doing research, mm-hmm. and I just fell in love with the whole DIY, the whole wellness thing, making products for yourself, and just the whole, I'm not saying you don't have to be natural or to feel beautiful, but I just find myself really loving that and just embracing it. And then, yeah, so that's it.
So how long have you been natural now?
I think, oh God, I have to do maths.
What year did you fully go natural? Did you do a big chop or you just slowly transition?
I transitioned for like 8 or 9 months and then I did a big chop. I think from 2017. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You started transitioning and then...
Yeah, I think I've been natural for like 5 to 6 years old.
Okay. What was the response initially when you started either going natural or producing natural hair products? What did people say? How did they react?
First of all, it was like a wave. So everybody was just I think people were seeing it like this hairstyle, a new hairstyle.
So you, at the same time, you were becoming influenced by all of these people on Instagram. Yes. Everybody else in your kind of like squad or group or community were also being influenced by the same thing.
Well, I think their own influence was kind of different because I remember it was like a hairstyle for them. Okay. Like maybe seeing this twist out or seeing this like hair and they're like, oh, I want that hair. Mm-hmm. So I think I actually started telling people like, this is not just a hairstyle. So I was really giving them now the tips. So I think that was why they were very receptive to when I started the main Chronicles. Because like I said, I was not only selling the product. Mm-hmm. Like I was talking about it, telling them you don't have to use just the main Chronicles product to get to start your hair journey. So I was sharing some other product tips. So I think they were very receptive because they were also learning because they saw it as a hairstyle. I mean, they didn't have the passion that I had to research, to learn more about it. So they were very receptive because I was providing information and it was also a very sound information because I was also going through the process. So they'll see some of the things I talked about. They'll actually see me practicing those things and then those things were working.
Okay. And what were some of the first products you made? Or what was the first product you made? What were the ingredients?
The first product I made was with shea butter Ori because Ori is very easy to get. So it was Ori and then coconut oil is also. But then because I'm always doing my research about the things, like the thing I'm doing. So because I was always doing my research, I found out that the coconut oil I was seeing here, it was yellow. And like it was, I don't know if it's because
it's a different kind of processing, right?
Yes.
And also you have cold press
Yeah.
and the other way, which is just
Yeah.
the process, the different ways that you process, so you get a different output.
Yes. So at first I was using, because it was easy to get, so I was using the coconut oil, I was using the shea butter, and then I also, at that time, natural hair products were not really common in the shops here.
Right.
Until there was one shop at Shaka Stevens State that started selling. So we're always asking our friends if people go on holidays to like buy these oils for us and all these things we used to mix, yes, to bring them back. So that was it.
And so the first product you made was, it just had shea butter and coconut oil.
Yeah, I was calling it cocoa shea.
Cocoa shea.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many of them did you sell before you kind of realized that, okay, this could be a viable business? Like, what happened to let you know, okay, it's not just like me and my friend, this is something that is viable. Like, what did you see in terms of like the business growth in that early phase that made you know that like, okay, this is something? Okay,
so like people were receptive. So others were coming in, but not too much. To be honest, at that time, it was also fun for me. So, like, to be very honest, I don't think at the start I was like, yeah, I'm doing a business, I'm going to get money, like I'm getting money out of this, lots of money. It was just fun. I was enjoying it, like talking about the hair, doing the whole blogging thing, and people were buying. And then at some point, when I was doing my research, I found out about the Skull Fest. This festival for natural hair and culture and everything. So I actually did mine, and it was called Culture Fest.
Okay.
And that was very successful back in 2018. I think maybe like 8 or 9 months since I started selling the product. So it was very, like, people were there, lots of people were there, and even people that were already in the business, like big people like Afro-American, people that were already established came through. They were there to support me. So, and then I was like, yeah, this is something. But to be honest, I was not really consistent.
Okay.
I was not really consistent with it the early years.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Make Sierra Leone Famous podcast is made possible by Dot Blue. With its certified air freight service, Dot Blue is the easy and affordable way to ship to Salone from the US or from the US to Salone. No need to wait till someone is going home. Dot Blue will deliver your next package to Sierra Leone in 15 days or less. To ship with Dot Blue, contact us on WhatsApp on +1 240 460 2056 or +232 88 313 330. In Sierra Leone, you can find our office at 17A Wallace Johnson Street in Freetown. Fly and go with Dot Blue. We go deliver for you. DOTBLEU.com. When did you become more consistent, and what did the consistency look like, right? So how did the consistency manifest itself in the way you produce, the way you work, what you did, etc.?
So one main reason why I was not that consistent was getting my ingredients, getting the things I needed, yes, because those things were not normal in Sierra Leone, apart from the shea butter. And then I had to move to another ingredient because lots of people were doing now, other people were doing natural hair products, and everybody was using shea butter. And like I said, I'm always researching, always watching YouTube videos. So I started learning about other ingredients, and I always wanted this thing I want to stand out with my business. And I also saw it as a competitive advantage. Like everybody, like you people, you only know about shea butter. So I am going to learn about another ingredient that is not that common here. That will give me a competitive advantage. And also it can be something maybe even better than shea butter. or yeah, for certain people, maybe it can work better than shea butter. So I started using mango butter, and there's mango butter is not available here in Sierra Leone. So I was,
Even though we have mangoes, we ain't got no mango butter.
so I was buying these things, and also money, because I mean, I didn't have lots money. I didn't have lots of money at that time. So I was actually using a lot of money buying these things online. I was buying these things on Amazon, and I also had to make plans to get all of these things, to me. And even when it, even the packaging, the containers I was using. So I wanted to use like good containers that would stand out, would not be like the other people. Yes, no, that was plastic at that time, but it was just like very unique plastic, not the normal plastic other people are using. So I think that was why I struggled with consistency, because
So you weren't inconsistent because you were not taking it seriously. It's just like supplies issues.
yes,
right?
like maybe for a few months I'll have some money, I'll be able to order my stuff, and then when my stuff when it's sold out, I had to think, I have to start planning. I have to
do the whole process again.
Yes,
so
get money.
basically you had supply chain issues.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And like I said, at that it was not like a big business, so I had to use some of the money.
So you gotta live.
Yeah. So I wasn't really consistent with it at the beginning, but the thing is, during this whole 4 years that I've been doing it, even during the inconsistencies, like whenever I have products, like my products are available, like people will,
They want that.
yes, people want them.
So there's always demand, even though supply may not always be there.
Yes, and I think what I've done with the main Chronicles that I am very proud of. I don't think I have this small community. Like I don't have lots of people buying my products, and I think that is because of me being inconsistent the past year. So I'm trying to work on that now. Like other people, they built this, like they have lots of people. They were doing lots of advertising, trying to get their product out of Sierra Leone, trying to get their product in the provinces. So many people knew their product.
Like they have brand recognition.
Yes, and the demand was high. But the thing with Main Chronicles that I know I have maintained is I have this group of people, like it's a community. It's not even about buying my products. Like they're just parts of the Main Chronicles. Like I said, I am always trying to communicate to people that my brand, I am not just selling a product. It's not about a product. Even the way I do my branding and everything, it's not about a product. I want people to, like, it's a feeling, just be part of it. Just be part of the Main Chronicles. Maybe other messages I'll share. Just be, like it's a community. And I have that where we're not many, but I know I have people I can call on. Like maybe if I need someone, maybe I want to do a photo shoot. I know I can just call on this people. Like, oh yeah, they come. Once not for you, they come. Like something like
That's
that.
awesome. So you have like your evangelists. They're the ones who are like...
Maybe they're just 5 or 3, but if you call on them, like if you meet them in the States and you ask them, what product will you recommend? Or they'll say Main Chronicles. So I'm happy, and I'm really happy about that.
How has the business grown over time? So, what kind of numbers are we talking about here? Like what kind of volume? Are you buying more than you used to buy? And like, how long does it take you to deplete your supply? And is that change enough for you to feel like this is something that I can continue to invest in because the growth is such that, like, if I keep putting the X in, I'm going to be able to get Y?
Yes, that happened, I think last year, yeah. So like now I'm getting my supplies in large quantity. And also I've always wanted to do, like I've always been very, very, like my branding, like the kind of packages I want, the types of labels that I want. So, but the thing that was maybe kind of stopping me a bit, like I said, was the money. So I had to plan. I had to take my time, I had to get more money and do it exactly how I want. So I've been working on that for years. And so now I think I am doing the type of branding I want, like even with my we've not mentioned the main Chronicles men, so I just want to make reference. I just want to make reference to that. So I started the main Chronicles men this year, and because of the past years, I've been thinking, oh, this is what I want. This is what I want it to look like. And so if money is the issue, then you have to wait. So I have been, because since for the past 2-3 years, everybody will be asking, oh, so you do nothing for the man there, like all those comments.
They always want something. Woman, they don't forget nothing.
And now, well, the funny thing is now, my friends, like the women, my customers, all of them, they're just like, they're mad, they're roasting me because the packaging that I did for the main Chronicles men, the packaging is just, it's not like
I've seen it online. It's very nice. It's lovely. Like, it's very fresh.
So they're like, you don't they do this still for week now that the man and this guy, that is all like all of them.
But no, it's definitely it's the men's one.
But that was because I was planning, and now I think I have the resources to make my brand and my packaging look exactly how I want. And it just happened that I'm starting it now with the main Chronicles men. So if there's going to be any other thing coming after, it will definitely carry that same branding. But yeah, that's it.
No, it's fantastic. I saw it on Twitter, and I thought it was like really fresh. And if you're thinking about like something that's organic and clean, just it gave the right vibe. It's really attractive. So congratulations on that. So in Sierra Leone, you know, being an entrepreneur is the way it is. I'm not going to go into that. In what ways does the experience of being a shop girl in your mother's shop help you in the business you're doing now as you're, you know, running your own brand? Like, what lessons do you feel like you're taking from having grown up with a mom who's an entrepreneur in a shop, in a store, that are helping you now that you're running your own business?
Okay, so I think the first thing is, I know it's different for some other people, but I think if you take your business seriously, like invest in it, it's going to help. Because like I said, my mom was not working. My mom, she's a single mom, and she was not working. She didn't go to college, so she couldn't work in like any office and get money. So she was just doing her business, buying things and selling. But she was very serious about it. Like she invested in it, and she was very serious about it. And she had this thing like, okay, this is what I'm going to do to put, this is what I'm going to do to put her through school. This is what I'm going to do to put her through college. And I saw the results. So I have that drive. I know that if I invest in my business, if I do it with all seriousness and put my all in it, then I mean, I can get something out of it. That means my mom paid for my school. Maybe I can buy a car, or maybe I can get that phone that I've always wanted. So I'll have that extra money. So I think that is the main thing.
The radio broadcast of the Make Sierra Leone Famous podcast on Radio Democracy 98.1 is made possible with a generous grant from the Asma James Foundation. The Asma James Foundation empowers women and girls with mentorship, scholarship, and life skills training. To make Sierra Leone better for girls and girls in Sierra Leone better, visit the Asma James Foundation at asma, that's ASMAA, james.com. And now, let's go back to the show.
Sure. So basically, what you took away from your mom is that no matter the size of your business, its growth is entirely dependent on the amount of commitment, seriousness that you, the person running the business, puts into it.
Another important thing is my mom was always she had a shop. She also...
Where was her shop?
At Aberdeen.
What kind of shop was it?
Like groceries.
Like provision?
Yeah, provision. And then also she had a restaurant. Okay. So my mom was this
She's
person.
a serial entrepreneur. It's like anything. Your man also Timmy, by the way. Because I always say that Timmy. My grandma.
But her mom is, so she's half.
Okay. Finish. Oh, you should have just said this from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because, so my grandmother is Timni, and her father is Timni, and her mother is Fula. So I always say that, like, in Sierra Leone, Timini women, and then if you add Fula Panta, like me granny, like when I was growing up, Nati not day with me granny not sell. Me granny sell bread. First of all, me granny sell bread. He sell ginger beer. He sell yogurt. He sell tamatis. He sell chicken. He open school. He do this, and I'm in Taylor. And but then if you ask, she was a seamstress. But if you ask her, like every time somebody asked her profession, you know what she said? No. Housewife. And I'm like, Mommy, how are you a housewife? This doesn't make any sense. Lady, you are a hustler. Like, seriously. I do think that, like, women from the north in Sierra Leone, there is something, like trade and commerce is very, it's something like they learn early. It comes natural to them. Like, there's no shame, I feel like there's some other ethnic groups who put like, maybe not shame, but like they see engagement in trade or business like a question of poverty, right? The only easy way to make person go do business, not if it post. So there's like this stigma. Yeah. I feel like Timini people and Fulani people, they don't see the world like that. They're like, what's na money business? Like, so yeah. Okay.
But yeah, at her restaurant, like she had this thing, she was not doing things the normal way or how people are doing it. Like, I remember, I don't even think she was thinking about it the way I'm thinking about it now. Just like, she was like, yeah, I have to do my best. If I'm going to sell this food, I'm going to cook. When people come, they have to know that they are at my shop.
What was her shop? What was her restaurant?
I think it was Wings.
Okay. Yeah, Wings. I feel like I've seen something in Aberdeen.
Yeah, there was a bar at the junction. Wimbona, it's a cinema.
At Aberdeen?
Yes, the roundabout.
I think I know it.
So now
I know it because I grew up in the barrack, in Aberdeen. Aberdeen Police Barracks is where I spent the early parts of my childhood. So yeah, I do remember it. Like where you did turn by inside that bank day to the corner yonder.
No, I know that one. Not to that.
No, okay.
It's the over the state.
Okay.
Like from going out into town.
Other state on the other side. Yeah. Okay, no, I've definitely seen Wings. She no longer has it. She closed. No, yeah, she okay, closed. No, it's
I think she was waiting for me to finish school.
Okay. So as I graduated, she's like, I can't come and keep myself.
But yeah, in her restaurant, she wanted to stand out. So her food was different. You go to other places, like her food was different, her service was different. So I think I learned that from her, because even with my business, I'm always trying to just be extra, like do something that will make it stand out. I don't care if we're doing the same thing. When they see mine, like, I'll make sure it should stand out. There should be some elements to it. I'll be like, oh, okay, wow, like, you understand. So I think I got that from her.
That's fun. No, when I first started doing my TV show in Sierra Leone, after a couple of years, other people started doing TV shows. And it was interesting because the public's reaction was one of like people would come and tell me like it's some kind of thing like Vickie, this person don't begin to TV from when you begin to do TV show now this person don't do TV show, this person do TV show, and I'm like so what, like I should be the only person doing TV. And one thing I always used to say is that like that's okay. There's enough room for all kinds of TV shows. I don't own TV show. I'm not the only one. The thing
is, nobody's going to do their TV show like you.
Exactly. So that's exactly what I would say. I was like, yeah, there are other TV shows, but no one is going to make the Vickie Remoe show. Yes. Because I make the Vickie Remoe show. So I'm never, ever going to be worried. Even, like right now with my company, there are people who have worked for me that I've trained who've gone on to open their own photography studios. There are people who I've trained who've gone on to do many, many different things and are now, in some ways, maybe they compete with my agency. Yeah. But every time somebody asks me, who are the people who can do this. I recommend people people might think like are my competitors. Like I would say, oh, go call this person for photography. Like even like yesterday, somebody where we want to do business with, we say, oh, he want let me send on quotes, but he also want let I recommend other people that we also able to do the work. And I sent him like 3 people to contact. I didn't even bother sending him a quote because I feel like, first of all, if I can't do it, that doesn't mean it shouldn't get done, right? And you have to leave it up to the consumer to make a decision because the consumer knows what they want and how they want it. And so it may be that even if I'm really good at this thing, people may want a different kind. They might not want the Vickie Remoe show. They might want to watch another show. And so it's important for the ecosystem, for everybody in it, for there to be a variety. The more, the merrier. So I know in your field, it must have been like, because there are a lot of, I mean, I've seen there are lots of beauty, like hair care, Afro-America's hair care and skin care. I saw another one called 3C or C3. There's that one. I can't remember the other one, but Marianne Kai has a niece who also started her own line.
So many people are doing.
No, them boku. But I do think that like everybody should be in. It's like people will.
I think why people come to you and start telling you, oh, this, they do this, they do this. Maybe they don't know you're like, I am secured in what I do, so it's fine. Maybe they don't know that.
Yeah, you're like, no, really, I'm fine.
It's fine.
No, it's good. I think it's good to have more. One, for example, like you said, especially natural hair. I've been natural, oh my God. I've been natural since 2005. And then in 2010, I went bald. And then I was bald from 2010 to 2015. And then 2015, I started growing my hair again. And then 2020, I went bald again. And then now we're back. Because personally, I love my hair. I have beautiful hair. But my hair is not my identity. It's not tied into my soul. So it doesn't matter what's going on my head. Like it's like what's in me they do.
I guess
it's not like the thing. So people get very attached to their hair, and then because they see their own value and their own world in that way. So every time I cut my hair and I go bald, like when I went bald in 2020, people in Fila. But not so like, Vickie, now you fine. Vickie.
You used to tell me that because I like cutting. Like at first I was doing the tapered cut.
It literally is just hair. One thing I know is that I'm also one of those people who does not believe that black hair doesn't grow, because I know it does. That a lot of times the key issue is that as I don't want to say African women in general, but like part of the problem is we do too much, and in doing too much, we create problems for our hair. And the reason why black people do too much to their hair is because we misunderstand our hair. And the number one thing is, if your hair is curly and tight and a lot on your head, it actually means that your hair is very fragile. Just because it's hard to comb, because your hair is hard to comb, it means your hair is fragile. But we take it to mean that because your hair is hard to comb, like the ear tongue.
Yes.
Like
people always asking.
So they bring violence. And it is in the violence of the way we treat our hair that causes so much stress on our scalp that then the ear not will grow. Black hair needs to be left alone. I would say, like, if the amount of people like, Vickie, what's in I say, you know what I mean? I don't own a comb. I don't own a brush. I do my hair once every 2 to 3 months. In between that, I leave it alone. I treat my hair like a plant. I have water every day. I dey water me, And then I moisturize it. That's it.
And like I said, that is why, like, when I started the Mini Chronicles, I wanted people, some people, it was like hairstyles was a style. So they'll just see your hair. Maybe someone will see your hair now with a laxed and the gamity. Yeah, I want me hair. Just like,
We will be right back after this short music break.
Yeah. Makes no sense. When I'm with you, I ain't thinking I'm falling for you. Makes no sense. I've been fighting with my demons, but the way that I'm feeling makes no sense. Where were you when all I needed was you? I was sinking and you pulled me through. I'm really trying to make sense, cause it makes no sense. Bring the fire, I'll bring the flame. When you're down and I'll be the rain. Love me now and forever, or till whenever. When you can't see, I'll be your eyes. Needing comfort, I'll be your life. I'm just trying to find the questions to the answers in your eyes. Anytime you hold me close, girl, I can just see my whole life. You could love and leave me later, baby, I don't mind. Makes no sense. When I'm with you, I ain't thinking I'm falling for you. Makes no sense. I've been fighting with my demons, but the way that I'm feeling makes no sense. Where were you when all I needed was you? I was sinking and you pulled me through. I'm really trying to make sense, cause it makes no sense. When I'm with you, I ain't thinking I'm falling for you. Makes no sense.
That was TMA with No Sense. And now let's head back to the Make Sierra Leone Famous podcast.
Void. No, void is not possible.
So just know, not to hairstyle. You have to go through the process. Be ready to embrace it. Okay, this is what I want. This is how, like, learn how to take care of the hair. It is not a hairstyle. So go through the entire process. But people, they know that. So that is what I think I was doing. Not I think. That is what I've been doing with Mini Chronicles. And when I even started, that was what I started with. Like, explaining to people.
And that's probably why you have these evangelists, right? If
Yeah.
you are the person who, the role you play in someone's life is educating them about something that's a lifelong friend, their hair, you're like, you've opened their eyes, given them a new kind of sense of consciousness that they'll always be grateful to you for, because it's like a teacher who teaches you something and you're like, oh, I remember that teacher would be helping me with that thing, they don't pull that problem I made. So like forever, you hold this place in their life. What are some of the, and I don't know if they exist, right? What are, I mean, you've talked about watching lots of YouTube videos and doing a lot of research online, but what other resources have you had access to? Like, have you been able to get any kind of business training, business support? Is there enough in like the startup and entrepreneurial space? And have you been able to access?
Like, honestly, I don't know. Maybe people listening to this will maybe recommend, but for cosmetics, I don't think so. Like, I remember I was just doing my research online. So if I had to have any like professional training, so maybe I'll have to find something online. And I think that is the reason, even like other people making this product. I remember someone mentioned the other day at the office that they bought like a condition or something from someone, and then after a few days there was water. Yes. And then I was like, yeah, because I mean, I learned all like from YouTube and doing my research. Maybe they're just thinking, yeah, you have to mix things, but that is not the case. So I don't, apart from doing my research, doing my testing with my friends and people around on YouTube, I haven't heard of any. I haven't,
Like specific for your sector?
Yes, no, not really. So, I mean, when I'm going to do it, maybe by that time it will be available, but I know when I'm going to do it, it will not be, I don't know, not in Sierra Leone.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So there's this, the organization skips me now, but they've been doing this thing called pitch nights, where entrepreneurs go and pitch their ideas. And I think from time to time they have pitch competitions where people can win. Like, I think some people have won 20 million or 30 million that they can then use to like reinvest in.
Yeah, I've heard about, well, I don't think I've made the move. That is another issue.
You make the move
that
now.
I'm trying to work on. I don't think
You
I've
make
made the
now.
move.
No. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you sell your products? What's the routes to market for the main Chronicles? How do people get it?
Okay, so people can put in they can call or maybe send a message. They can put in their orders and then the products can be delivered. And also I think I started putting them like 2 shops. There's one at Psych States and then NP Cambo States. For now, those are the 2 shops that you can just walk in and get them. But mostly people, salon man, they'll not go to the shop. To be honest, most of my other people will just call and they'll just deliver the products to them. So I work with like other courier services. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
how many products individual items do you sell in a month? Do you have an idea? 30 to 40, 50 to 60, 100 to 200.
for now, I think 30 to 40 or maybe, yeah.
Okay, that range. Okay. And what's the average price of one of your products?
The average, I think the average price is 100,000.
Okay, that's about $10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have products now that they cost more than that, but yeah, I think that.
But on average, that's a cost.
Yeah.
And what's the volume in each?
I have my containers. I have.
Did you bring any with you?
No.
What a terrible businesswoman. I kid.
I have,
it happens.
like 200 ml. I have a 250 ml bottle, and I have like 50 ml, and I think I have 30 ml like small dropper bottles. Yeah.
Okay. Is this I know a lot of times in Sierra Leone, for startups, most people cannot live off of their ventures, especially in the first. Sometimes people are doing a business 10 years, they can't live off of their ventures. Is this the only thing that you do, your full-time job?
Nope.
Okay.
I will not survive in Sierra Leone now if Main Chronicles was my. Yeah, no. Okay. I think I've worked in the bank for like 4.
Okay, so you have like a daytime job.
Yeah,
okay,
so,
okay.
But I left, but I have a daytime job.
Okay, great. Well, no, I'm not saying that it's bad to only,
No, it's not bad. I'm like the thing I always tell people: if let's be honest and be realistic. Maybe your business, it's a startup, and so you can't do the whole. I'm an entrepreneur. Like, I'm not going to work in salon. You need extra money.
Don't we all, sis? Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. So, maybe you can work and for a while if you think you don't make money, they come inside, and then maybe you reach to that level where you can just quit your job and just focus on your business. But for me, that is not the case. I cannot live off my business.
Of course, you need a steady income because the sales are not yet at a place. Yeah. Okay, no, that makes sense. In your experience so far, for a woman entrepreneur, do you think it makes a difference what sector the woman is? Like, are certain sectors more favorable as a woman in business? Like, do you feel like because you're in cosmetics or in the beauty business that maybe the barriers or glass ceilings that often exist in Sierra Leone for women when they want to do anything, do you think they're less, or do you feel like it's just as difficult? Like, would you compare what it's like to be a woman working in a bank and the gender issues that come up as a woman working in corporate Sierra Leone? Are those issues the same that you face as a woman entrepreneur leading a brand?
No.
Okay. What are the differences?
Well,
which one is better for you, do you think? Which one is safer?
Business.
Of course. Okay, and please, like, could you expound on that?
With my business, people respect me. They know it's mine. I'm the boss. Like, you're not going to tell me anything about my business. If you want to know about my product, or I am teaching you, and you're going to listen because it's mine. But in this corporate jobs, especially if you're, we started working, we were young. So, and you're in this those corporate jobs, and then people start looking at you like, oh, this small picking, like basically. So I didn't have that respect that I think I have. People respect me. And to be honest, I think that is the reason people that really know me. I am this type of person. I like people knowing me for my business. I hardly talk about my job. I remember when I used to work in a bank, they invited me for some podcast and they started. I was like, please. I had to tell them, like, because I was not really that comfortable.
Yeah, you don't want to represent the organization because you may not necessarily be proud of what you're doing there or the organization.
So I mean, to be honest, even with other people, like my friends, people that are doing their own businesses, I feel like people respect them. Like people respect them more than people working in corporations and everything. Because there's, I'm not gonna say like maybe, well, some people are gonna see this whole thing like, I don't want to say like maybe complex is, I don't know, maybe complex is not the right term.
When you say complex, what are you trying to
I mean, like, they respect them, they value them. They know that, oh yeah, this thing get a...
Okay, so you feel like when young, I mean, and if what I'm saying is not what you're trying to explain, you can correct me. So you feel like as a young woman in corporate Sierra Leone, you're not respected, you're not seen as a value creator of value, somebody adding value to the organization. But as an entrepreneur, because it's something you founded, people see you creating value. And so they respect you as, you get more respect as a woman entrepreneur than you do as a woman in corporate.
And especially if you're successful with it, like if you're doing it the right way and you're doing it well and it's successful, I think, people respect you.
We will be right back after this short message from our brand partner, the Dollhouse Boutique. The Make Sierra Leone Famous podcast is supported by the Dollhouse Boutique, an American household brand for one-of-a-kind fashion and bespoke creations. Find your next stylish look at shopdollhouseboutique.com. We have stores in Baltimore, Maryland, and Los Angeles, California, showing the best of local designers. Our first international fashion boutique opens in Sierra Leone in 2022. Until then, find us on Instagram at Dollhouse MT Vernon. That's Dollhouse MT Vernon. And now, make we go back to the show.
I think that corporate Sierra Leone needs to do differently to change that culture, especially with regards to how women are perceived or treated in the workplace?
Okay, the corporate organization I've worked in is a bank. So they have this, like when you go to a bank, most of the time, the human resource manager will always be a woman. I don't know, they like doing that. Yes. Like that is your role for take care of people. Yes. Like now you for pamper.
Yes.
Now you're the mamas. So that one is fixed.
Yeah.
But then if you go now to maybe the head of accounting, like the IT units, all of them, they're just men.
I see. Yeah. So you're like, within the organizations, the way they're structured is that women get typecast even within the organization.
Like they'll start taking the women to be marketers, because you're not going to go smile. And like when you smile, people will be receptive, or they'll listen to you.
Now that Nigerian man can say, you have to position yourself well. Yeah. So I mean,
listen to you when you pitch, talk about the products, because you find.
And when they say people, what they mean is men, right? Male potential male customers will be more receptive to having
that is the culture.
A young woman come and promote a business, right? So lady woman, they all the marketing.
But the woman will not be the head of the accounting.
Right. Unit. Yeah. So like the harder stuff, right? The harder stuff to the
HR.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's funny because my sister is actually HR at a bank. And she's been there forever. And everybody that I actually know that's in HR is a woman in Sierra Leone. I don't really think that I know. And yes, this thing with marketing, I run a marketing company, right? So and my first job in Sierra Leone was in marketing. In 2008, the first job I had was with an IT company, and I was director of sales and marketing. And every job I've had in Sierra Leone has been in a position of marketing and sales. And one of the things that I had to do now that I run my own company is I do not go out looking for business, because one of the things that I experienced when I was working for other people was that I had to go out to look for business. And the out of going in Sierra Leone was to go to men in positions of power, to go pitch, to go tell them about our products and our services. And I worked in that job for maybe 12 months. There was never, ever a single office that I went to where I saw the person who was in charge where they did not hit on me. Never. In 12 months of working in that company, every single man I went to who was either the managing director or the head of department, when I would go to pitch Cisco call manager solutions and talk about how installing these phones would increase their, improve their connectivity and communication. And, it's a longer return on their investment to have this PABX system. Then they would say, you don't talk. Yeah. Fine. Not supposed to not a listen, no. Then they listen, and I can do this presentation because I want to present. I can't make business. And then when you finish, you're like, oh, now you don't need to talk. You want to go count for lunch? So I stopped.
Yeah, so I think having your business, it helps because I mean, if I'm going to take all my marketing ideas, trying to get customers for you and doing all of that, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not going to have that respect that I want. They're going to see me as, this marketer.
Yeah, then just send you for car, smile.
Yeah. But I mean, with my business, it's mine. There's nothing you can tell me.
Plus, when the conditions aren't favorable with your business, you're like, I'm not doing it, right? Yeah. Like, you have, definitely, I would say for myself, owning my own business has allowed me, I can protect myself, right? I don't have to be in any situation, in any meeting, in anybody's office where they're going to proposition me or use language to make me, or just make me uncomfortable. When customers want to meet me, I'm like, come to my office. No, we want to see you for meeting. I said, Vickie does not do meetings. Or if I go to a meeting, I'm going to be one old team, they carry all the boss. No one-on-one time, because otherwise, you do expose yourself to some elements that there are certain experiences I don't feel like, and women should not have those experiences. Like, it should not be part of our participation in the workforce, either as employers.
They should start hiring men as marketers and saying them, just pitch, talk about the business, get people.
Go smile. Let yourself this smile. No, I totally hear you. What are some of the, I mean, you're doing a wellness brand, right? Like, you're using these organic products, et cetera, et cetera. Is that something that in Sierra Leone people really buy into? Like, do they really, do they get it? Do they understand that, this is a thing? It's like, do they trust it? And I ask that because I feel like the typical Sierra Leonean person, it want chemical being, because now the chemical and the chemical line they woke, all this one butter, this also the mango I want, also mango. Like, do you understand what I mean? So do you feel like there is acceptance of natural products? Like, people understand that, this is really what well-being is? And is there a drive to nature? And is there a thing?
Well, I will not say it is a thing, but I feel like people are now accepting it. And what I am doing personally with my own business, I'm telling people about it. Like, I'm not just presenting the product to them. So I am telling people about it. Like, I'm telling you about the whole experience, the whole feel that comes with it. And people are accepting it.
It's moving.
Yes. And I'll continue to do more, to let you know what it is about. Like, it's just an experience, and it's a whole lifestyle. So
here, I totally agree. So I drink all my water, because That's all part of the natural. Like, drink your water, mind your business. It's good for your skin and your hair.
And like self-care is very, I don't know why people are not, but
I think self-care is this thing that, first of all, it's very nouveau. It's really, really, especially for Black women and African women in general. There's this thing of like, we're supposed to be these all-sacrificing maids. You not the mama, and you not for like. Not for the pikin there, not for you man, not for this, not for that. You're last, right? So this idea of self-care is very new, right? Like the only kind of self-care that is really acceptable is beautification. But beautification in our sense, na yanga. So not so even self-care, na pain. So it's like pain for beauty, that's acceptable. But self-care and wellness and being focused on yourself, right? Is not, it's new. Like, if you're focused on yourself and you're like, my favorite practice as a self-care aficionado is to say, I'm not able. Now that's the most important part of my own self-care practice. Because I don't care waiting person say. I'm like, I'm not able. So that's the first thing. Before I can go, make this, it's first of all prioritizing your wellness and acknowledging that certain relationships, certain places, certain demands that our society asks of you, asks of women, is asking me to sacrifice my pleasure, my peace, my wellness. So I did tell you simple, I'm not able. Hey, you not go able, can't tell me that. I said, no, you know why? Sun warm. I cannot be under the sun just in a sun warm. Or the AC not they work. I'm not go able come because I don't want to sweat. I'm not go able. Like, a lot of things happen in Sierra Leone where they're like, Vickie, I'm like, I'm not go able because like what is required is more than I can give. I can tweet. Okay, one tweet I can shoot off for you. But if you say power pass, I present myself. I'm not able. And once you begin to go them boundaries and they around emotional well-being and mental well-being, it's so much easier for you to then focus on the external, right? Like, my skin, my hair, my wellness, my relationships, etc. It starts first at that. No, myself na priority right now. I know, I can't handle that. Okay, so to wrap up this conversation, I want you to give us some tips because you clearly have a whole lifetime of experience in business and entrepreneurship, both you and your mother in your family. What would you say are the top 3 things that any woman going into business needs to make a best practice? Like, if you what are 3 best practices for doing business in Sierra Leone as a woman?
The main thing for me, like doing a business in Sierra Leone, I think is, most Sierra Leoneans, people are lazy. So people are not really doing, people are doing subpar. So I think one of the main thing, if you try to stand out, and try to go the extra, say, my own unique.
Do more.
Yes,
do more.
Yes.
Look around, see what others are doing. Whatever they're doing, you make sure you do more.
Do more. Make it look like when they see and say, like you say, this na Vickie yon, this na this person yon. Yes. That is the main thing. Do more. Make sure you put in the effort. Not just say, me, I did fried chips. Now chips are the same. Just they put your oil, fry the chips, and you get the chips. Add something to the chips. Make when they can buy this. So this not that chips. It's not that shrimp chips.
Yes, it's branded. Yeah, it's branded chips.
Yeah, now this kind of chips, not just that normal chips. So,
Like what you hear? Don't forget to leave us a review. Your reviews make it easier for others to find this podcast. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family.
So number 1 is do more. Number 2?
Number 2, let me think. Number 2 is, okay, this is for startups, for young people. There's this thing, I remember someone, like some time ago, someone was like, yeah, people don't just want to sell, people don't just want to do business. You get to 100,000, like, go do something, just go sell. But to be honest, find something else to do. For me, like, that is my own experience, and maybe it might be an experience for maybe another person. Like, find something to do, because I understand we all have the drive, we want to be entrepreneurs, you want to sell, you want to own your own business, but be realistic. I mean, if you don't have enough income, you don't have enough money coming in, make sure, like...
So don't be a strugglepreneur.
Nah,
make sure you have make sure say you get job we go able sustain you while you dey grow your business. Not say don't be a solopreneur if it's going to be a struggle. Make sure you have
like, make sure say you do something, get more money, then like we go invest in your business. But
something to take
but don't do that thing where just they say they sell this, all man they see they sell, but to be honest, you're not making enough money. Like, you're struggling, but you just want to do you just want to do this whole thing and say, me I see you, I get this my business. Like, don't do that.
And so what's your last and final tip?
The last and final tip I think is be consistent, because that's, I know how inconsistency, like, I know how it's affected my business. So be consistent. And I think if you're going to be consistent, then you also have to take your business very serious, because how the inconsistency can come, maybe you sell today until you eat all the money and you not plan for stock up on whatever you sell. So make sure you be consistent, because every day people are doing businesses, so they'll forget about you. Like, there are lots of businesses. So if you're not consistent, then there's no way that business will grow. There's no way that business will reach to that peak that you want your business to reach. So you have to be serious enough to be consistent. Like, make your plans, if I'm going to sell out, I need to have
a schedule to know when something else is coming.
But don't be like me when I just started. Like, sell and then months, then sold out, and then maybe after 3-4 months you're now, so okay, this is available now. And so
okay, so your 3 tips for entrepreneurs are: 1, don't be a strugglepreneur. 2, be consistent, and then the first one is do more. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is my favorite part of Make Sierra Leone Famous podcast. It's on the 6. I get to ask the guest 6 fast fire questions, and they have 6 seconds to start answering. This is on the 6 with the founder and creative director of the main Chronicles, Tarah Majeek. All right, so Tarah, what is the plot of the last movie that you watched?
Fashion, looks, sachet away, Shantae you stay.
You're watching RuPaul's Drag Race? That's my show, by the way. Like, that's my show. That's like definitely my show. Okay. What song are you playing on repeats right now?
I think Ocean by Asha.
Okay. What's one thing you've been meaning to do that you still haven't done?
Go Takugama.
You haven't been to Takugama?
Nope.
And this is Chimp Week? Shame on you. Okay. What's your favorite Sierra Leonean parable or expression?
Titsnogemunin.
Titsnogemunin.
Titsnemon. Like, it's so funny because bad thing and happening, people just they laugh. People they laugh and are burying.
I get it.
Yeah. So it's not a part of the morning process.
Okay. What keeps you going when you want to quit?
I think the fear of not having enough, like the fear of not having enough to live the kind of life.
So fear of poverty.
Yeah. Give me shivers.
She's like, I can't be poor, please. I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, and then last but definitely not least, who is one Sierra Leonean, dead or alive, that inspires you?
Oh, this is hard. To be very honest, and I'm not saying this because I am on your podcast, but if I have to think about a Sierra Leonean in relation to maybe work that inspires me, I think it's you. Yeah. To be honest, like with the whole, because I mean, I love marketing and the way you do it. And yeah, I think I've never seen myself like being this career person. I remember at first, I think that is why I'm really like always trying to put all my effort into my business and not even talk about my job. But if I have to see myself being a career person doing it, I think it's like with the whole marketing, and I think you're doing it perfectly. So.
No. Thank you.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, that's like, I'm winning. Anyways, Tarah, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been so enlightening and such a great learning experience for me, and I know for our audience, totally. So look out for the main Chronicles on all your socials. That's MANE Chronicles. Una tata. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Make Sierra Leone Famous podcast. Until next time, ta-ta!